Morning students. Now this setup is for the demonstration of Ohm's law, which gives us a relationship between applied potential difference across the two terminals of the circuit or a conductor or a resistor with the current flowing through the conductor or the resistors. Okay. Now just look at the circuit. The circuit consists of a battery. This is battery eliminator. Then there is a rheostat, ammeter and voltmeter. Okay. Now you see the key is closed. This is very important, that key must not be switched on and it shouldn't be kept on throughout the experiment. Kalpana ma'am, please switch on the key. Now children, you can see when the key is switched on, then there is deflection in the voltmeter as well as ammeter. Right? Now what are we actually doing is, by using this slider, we are changing the resistance, and with that you can see the needle is deflecting. Okay, let us say if I1 is 0.25, okay, and the voltage for this you can note down. So this will be I1 and V1. So V1, I1 you will note from the instruments. Now again we will change the resistance and we will see that there is change in the reading of ammeter as well as the reading of the voltmeter. Okay, so that will be our reading V2 and I2. So in this way we will be taking 4 readings of current as well as potential difference. So according to the law, I is proportional to V or V is proportional to I, and V upon I is equal to a constant. Right? But this is under ideal conditions, that all the 4 readings will have the same value, constant value, which we take as resistance. Right? But under experimental conditions, it is not so. There is a scope of experimental error. So what you need to do is that you have to find R1, then you have to find R2, then you have to find R3, and then you have to find R4, and then you have to take the average mean of these 4 readings, and the answer will be the resistance. Now students, here the readings must not be different with a large difference. Like if there is a reading 2.5 ohm, then maybe 2.3 ohm, maybe 2.6 ohm. Okay, this much experiment error is allowed. But if you say your R1 is this, R2 is this, R3 is this, and R4 is 5 ohms, it means that this reading is wrong. Okay. Now, very important precaution which you have to take is that you don't have to plug the key throughout the experiment. This is very important. So, first you plugged it, you noted the reading V1, I1. Okay, now you unplug. Now you find R1. Okay, again plug. V2, I2. Similarly, you take 4 readings, right? Now the question is, why to unplug? Because if you keep the plug key on throughout, the temperature is going to increase. And with the increase in temperature, the resistance is going to increase. So you can say in these, this student who did this experiment, he may have kept the plug key on after taking 3 readings. That is why the 4th reading is so much different. Okay, then what else you have to take into account is that the positive and negative terminal of the voltmeter and the ammeter and the rheostat should always be connected with the positive terminal of the battery, and the negative terminals of voltmeter, ammeter and rheostat should be connected with the negative terminal of the battery. So first of all, what you have to do is you have to arrange the circuit as shown in the circuit diagram, as well as you have seen in the experimental setup, and you have to connect them with connecting wires. Right now the connecting wires should be as short as possible. Right, the connections should be tight, very tight. Okay, the wire must be inserted properly in the terminal, and then the terminal should be made tight. Okay, then once the circuit is connected, insert the key and check the rheostat. Right, this is your rheostat. Okay, so this can be slided. On sliding, actually what are you doing is you are changing the length of the wire. Right, and when you are changing the length of the wire, the resistance of the circuit is changing, and due to that the voltage and the current is also changing. This experimental setup is a bit different from the one shown in activity 12.3 in your NCERT books. Now what is the difference? In that activity you are having 4 cells, you connect 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Here we have a battery eliminator of a given value. We can't change the voltage, so we are changing the resistance with the help of a rheostat, a variable resistance, and we are finding the relationship between electric potential difference and the current. Now afterwards, when you have got all the 3 or 4 readings, then you have to plot these readings on a graph. Okay, so you have to plot current in amperes on x-axis, V in volts on y-axis. Then you plot the graph and you find that all the 3 are in a straight line. Okay, so when such type of graph is there, it shows that both the physical quantities are in direct proportion, and this type of a graph is called the graph of an ohmic conductor. Now what is an ohmic conductor? It is the conductor which obeys the Ohm's law. Okay, and the slope of this graph, will give you resistance of this particular circuit or conductor. Okay, now if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, so it doesn't matter, these things are there in the experimental conditions. You can neglect the 4th reading, but make sure there must be at least 3 points which are in a straight line, because 2 points always make a straight line, so at least 3 points should be there. Then you can experimentally prove that Ohm's law is correct. Okay, so that is all with Ohm's law. I hope you understood. Thank you so much.